Subaru has been an innovator in terms of crossover vehicles. You remember back in 1995, they had the rather stodgy and boring Subaru Legacy station wagon. Well, they raised it up, they put on some body cladding, they gave it some attitude, and they called it the Outback. And people flocked to dealerships to buy this new trend called a crossover. Well, they're at it again for 2013. This is the brand new XV Crosstrek, built off the Impreza platform. Once again, raising it up, giving it better ground clearance, giving it the cladding and the attitude that they hope will appeal to young urban buyers who want to take their vehicle out into the countryside. Subaru calls prospective buyers urban adventurers or Generation Y buyers who might be considering this vehicle for daily city duty, but require the added ground clearance for trips to places like ski hills or mountain bike trails. This is why the launch of this new Crosstrek was held at Ontario's Blue Mountain Resort. Standard black alloy wheels with polished spokes certainly provide a level of attitude that fits the go-anywhere Subaru image.
The new XV Crosstrek will appeal to young professionals and new families as it fits within an emerging segment known as the crossover vehicle and sort of fits nicely between our Impreza and Forester. The XV Crosstrek starts at $24,495 and includes standard features such as heated front seats, Bluetooth connectivity, iPod connectivity, a lot of the comfort and convenience features that we think that will appeal to the urban adventure market.
Now, since this is based on a Subaru Impreza, it has the same engine, a horizontally opposed boxer engine, which means the cylinders go like this instead of up and down. That lets them put the engine lower in the car. And it's got 148 horsepower, 2 liters. It's not the most lightning quick car, but this is sort of a compact economy car and is capable of getting 6 liters per 100 kilometers when you equip it with the automatic transmission. Now, speaking of transmissions, it comes with the manual that we have in this model. It's only a 5-speed, not a 6-speed, and the automatic is a continuously variable transmission, or CVT. They've expanded the range of the infinite ratio, or not infinite ratios, but variable ratios in that transmission to have a better launch away from a light and then better cruising capabilities on the highway.
What people are looking for, especially younger buyers, is something a little more youthful, a little more nimble, agile, sporty. So this fills that spot in the marketplace. It'll appeal to a different kind of buyer. People are looking for something that's a lot more fun to drive, something that has great styling, and yet has all those traditional core values that are so important to Subaru, such as the symmetrical all-wheel drive, the advantages of the boxer engine, the safety, and in this you also get great fuel economy.
So this vehicle sits higher off the ground. They've given it 220 millimeters of ride height, which is actually more than a Jeep Grand Cherokee. And we've been off-roading this vehicle, and it really is remarkably good. The roads we were riding on were heavily rutted and washed out from rain, and this vehicle just gobbled it up with no problem. The suspension is actually quite soft and compliant, so when you're driving it on the open road, it feels smooth, and it absorbs the bumps when you're going off-road. There is a downside to that, though. The vehicle sits up a little bit higher, so wallows a little bit more in the corners, and it also, with the softer suspension for off-road duty, doesn't feel as planted as maybe the basic Subaru Impreza that this car is based on. Subaru is really quite clever if you think about it. They take existing cars that are selling very well. The new introduced Impreza that came out last year is selling exceptionally well. You take the same vehicle and you jack it up and you give it a new marketplace that can take this vehicle that you wouldn't typically do with an Impreza. The same interior as the Impreza, which is very functional, easy to get in and out of, great for young families, and now with a bit more attitude. It's going to be interesting to see what other vehicle they turn into a crossover.
Interested in an SUV? We have all the reviews of the latest models at drivingtelevision.com.